going to get an opportunity to design your AI workflow, and you'll get this sheet here. It's a Google Sheet. You'll get a copy of it, and it enables you to brainstorm ways that you can use AI to your benefit. So for example, I have here task weekly newsletter, takes me about an hour a week. Joy level is low, it's not something that's fun. Accommodation needs are multiple languages, etc., with the tools. Rubric for assignments, that's about medium. Brainstorm lesson ideas, this is the part I like the most. Takes about 30 minutes an assignment, joy level is high. And in this case, it's doing UDL, I just say UDL my lesson on Ironheart. So it's doing a lesson about Ironheart, the character, the Marvel character, and having AI assist you with some ideas for UDL. Here's where AI can help, and then there's the tools. So let's go through that example. This is Riri Williams, aka Ironheart. And again, we want to use UDL. So I'm going to use the RAFT prompting method. Now, you probably do a lot of this already, and this is just a way to make sure that when you ask AI to help you, you give it enough details so that it can help you even more effectively. Because it will always help you, but the more detail you give it in the prompt itself, the more effective that will be. So R is for role. Tell the AI who to be. What should the AI be? What role does it have? Audience, who's it speaking to? The format, do you want it in a bulleted list, for example? And then the topic. I often do RAFTF because it just makes more sense to me, but RAFT is easier to remember. Let's look at that prompt. So I'm a grade 5 teacher. There's the R for role, and I'm working with grade 5 students. Now, I didn't tell AI, hey, you are a grade 5 teacher. It doesn't really matter as long as you create a role. Using the UDL framework, specifically multiple means of action and expression, what are some ways a grade 5 student can present information about Ironheart's suit? There's the T for topic, and then please put this in a table I can download. So I did that. So there's my RAFT, and it comes back with this. So it creates this. Now I used Claude. That's my favorite chatbot at the moment because it has something called Claude Cowork in it that will design things for you. It's an agentic model, something you're going to learn about more as we go forward with all this. But anyways, it put all that together. So it gave expression options, explains what the student does, and then gives me some reasons why it works for diverse learners. Now I can show all of this to the students, or I maybe would just show these two here, or maybe I would go back and forth and say, that's great, I like the first 4, but I don't like the last one, or I need you to include this or that or whatever. So this is just a starting point, but you can do as much more with it as you want. Then just for fun, I put it in Google Notebook. And you can see it's right here. And you can see I have a lot of documents in Google Notebook that relate to what we've been learning about in this course. And I just checked this box. And then I said, hey, can you make me an infographic? And also, can you make me a video overview of what's going on in that table? This is just conversations you can have about any of these documents here in the middle there. And so this is the infographic it made. And it's pretty good. I think this is a neat way to show students what some of the options are. I know for me, visually, it's a lot more entertaining to look at than a list. I might want to go back to the list eventually, but I'd like to see this. But what really blows me away, and this is fairly new, is the videos that you can get from Google NotebookLM. So I told it I wanted a video for students to watch. I put that in the prompt. I said, I got this video, they're 5th grade, I'm a 5th grade teacher, the RAFT idea, right? I didn't have to say that I wanted a bullet list because it's making a video, etc. And I chose the overview option, which is about 1.5 minutes long, versus the longer version, which is about 6+ minutes. And I think our students are usually good for 1 to 2 minutes, right? Anyways, check this out.
Okay, class, listen up. Get ready for your next big mission, the Ironheart project. And trust me, this isn't just homework. It's your chance to show off your creativity. So what is it? Your mission is to explore the amazing technology inside Ironheart's suit. But first, who exactly is Ironheart? Let's meet the hero behind the armor. This is Riri Williams. She's a teenage genius who built her own supersuit. Pretty cool, right? So, how will you share what you find out? You get to pick your own creative superpower. First up, do you love telling a good story? If so, this category is all you. You could draw a comic strip, act out a little skit, or write an awesome report. Or maybe you're more of a builder, someone who loves to create and design things. Well, you could build a 3D model, design a cool poster, or make your own slideshow. A poster shows everything at once, while a slideshow tells the story step by step. And our last group. What if you love to talk and share your ideas out loud? You could give a presentation, record a podcast, make a video, or even teach a friend. So, why are there so many options? That's a great question, and it's actually really important. It's because we're all diverse learners. It just means everyone's brain works a little differently. So what works best for you might be different for your friend, and that's awesome. So how do you pick? Easy. Just think about what you enjoy doing the most. Seriously, there is no wrong choice here. Just pick the one that sounds like the most fun. So what's it going to be? What's your creative superpower? I can't wait to see.
Isn't that great? I really, again, was totally blown away when I saw this. I'm like, yes, now every lesson I ever teach, I can put this up in front of the students and away it goes. And it's something I can keep for the next time and the next time. Essentially, it's almost evergreen. Now, let's say you want to add accommodations. Well, if we're using the RAFT prompting method, here we go. You are an experienced UDL specialist and special education consultant. So I jacked it up a little bit and I actually gave AI that role rather than me. I have a 5th grade class with diverse multilingual learners from a variety of cultural backgrounds, including students with a different learning needs and abilities. There's the A for audience. Add a 4th column called suggested accommodations with 2 to 3 specific practical suggestions to the existing table below. When I say below, that's the table that you just looked at. And then the topic is student presentation options, exploring Ironheart's suite and its technology. Now, probably it would have figured that out automatically just by looking at the existing table that we had. Now, I just put sort of, a random number of suggested accommodations, but you might have very specific ones that you need for very specific students that you have, and you could put that in here and it will come up with some ideas. And here you go. So you can see it still has the expression option, what the student does, why it works for diverse learners, and then the suggested accommodations right there. All right, thank you. Head out there, take a look at the assignment and dive deep, and hopefully you'll find that AI is totally awesome and helpful so that you can truly reach even more learners.